Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Kalimera. Kalimera. Today is the 1st of July, so super happy month, everyone. Good morning, John.
Good morning, good morning. Let's have a great week, month. No, not Happy New Year.
No, Happy New Year. Not yet.
not yet.
No. Happy New Summer.
Happy New Year, exactly. Happy New Summer.
How is everyone? How is everyone?
Exactly. That was my question.
That was the question.
Good morning,
How is
Stelios.
everyone?
Good morning, Aras.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Stelios,
We're gonna wait.
Stelios says your quote. Every day it's a good day.
That's the right attitude. Every day is a good day. Stelios, just be safe out there. Too windy and too many rains over there. So our thoughts are with you. Be safe. Take all your necessary precautions. And if you need to stay home, just stay home.
Yeah.
I mean, these days, I'm not going to say all the jobs, but majority of the jobs, you can do them remotely. I hope you can do the same thing. Right. Yes. Stelios says, every day is a good day. Here's the message. That's the right attitude. This is what we say. Every day is always a good day. Okay. We need to start with that thought. As long as we are awake and alive, every day is a good day.
Exactly.
I saw a video on the social media the other day, and it says, it's like one of these gurus that in life, and he said, you know that people, they are full of problems, everyday problems, right? And they try to struggle and fight to solve these problems. And he turned around and says, until the day that you're going to face a real problem, which is going to be your health. Once that is going to get arised, okay, that you're going to face your health problem, then all the rest of the problems are gone. They have no meaning, and they have no importance. Because you realize when you get a problem with your health, then you realize that the most important thing is your health, and that the rest of them are not problems. It's it's on our head that we think that they are problems, and we give them we give them a lot of effort, or not effort, but we give them a lot of attention, shall I say, and we make them greater than they actually are. And and it's until we face a real problem, which is our health. And even he made a very strong example and said, if you go to a funeral, right, and you see the person that is deceased, and you go right next to him and tell him, hey, I got $1 billion for you, wake up, he will not wake up, right? If you tell him that you have all the amount of the gold, a mountain of gold for him to give to him, he will not wake up. He's not interested, right? That is because health has been taken away from him, from that person. So the most valuable asset that we have is our time, our presence, our time and health. The rest of them are nothing. Things that we can deal with, and we shouldn't give more, grounds as they need. So, every day is a good day, guys. Every day is a good day. Aras, Kalimera. Kalimera to you, buddy. Easy, good morning. Kalimera, Easy. But bubbly, good morning, dear CIA and team and our amazing agent. Good morning, madam. Stelios says, ευχαριστώ παιδιά. I am careful as possible. I help out the local restaurant bar on a Tuesday evening, on occasion on Friday, Saturday. Nice.
Very nice.
Okay, good. So he has to travel. Okay. Just be careful, be safe. So he's going to a restaurant nearby. That's good. Healthy person wants 100 of things, sick person only one thing. That is correct. That is correct. It's just on point. You know, when you're healthy and you have no, let's say, warning signs about your health, you don't think about your health, right? And you want to conquer the world, you want everything, okay? But once you're sick, then everything disappears, and the main thing is that you want to be healthy again. So yeah, the most valuable asset that we have, ladies and gentlemen, and the sooner we understand this, is the better it's the better for us, and we start thinking and do something about that. The most valuable asset is time and health. Time and health. Time flies. Time doesn't come back. Money will come and go, okay? But time, it's a one-way route. It just goes. It never comes back. So please spend your time wisely, okay? And try to understand that this is what I'm trying to teach my kids that are young, right? That they need to do whatever they like and want, because I want to make sure that, you know, in this life they're going to do something that they're going to enjoy. I don't know what that is. It's for them to discover. But I want to make sure that they're going to do something that they always enjoy and they're always going to choose, right? It's a choice. So choose something that you enjoy to do it and do it well. And you know, and try not to exchange your valuable time. That's another big thing now. Try not to exchange your valuable time and knowledge to make someone else rich. AKA, you're going to work for somebody else and you're going to exchange your time for you to get some money for you to survive. That is modern slavery. Okay, and in Greek, we change just a tone. We change the pronunciation of the word dhulia, which means slavery, dhulia, and we change the tone. It's exactly the same spelling. This is how the same word in the same writing, same spelling, but change the tone and say dhulia. So you change the pronunciation to "a" now, the last letter of the same word, and it means work. So slavery and work is the same word, just a different pronunciation. So we changed dhulia to dhulia. So yeah, it's modern slavery that you exchange your time and knowledge. Okay, you spend so many years in the education system. It doesn't matter if it's primary, secondary education, you went to higher education, which is your college and university and stuff like that. You graduated. You spent all that time, your time. You spent all that effort, your energy, your time, your money, your family's money, right? Then for somebody else to use it, for them to make money. And you, just enough for you to survive. This is BS. Really. It's really BS. I mean, people need to wake up. Really, people need to wake up. This is a system, unfortunately, but we need to, I'm not going to say break the matrix, because it's another category that, you know, going to talk about the matrix. It's BS as well. We just need to understand the system. You need to understand that you are being used. You are a number. You're not a person. You're a number. They give you from the day that you were born. You give you the essence of that you are a liability, that you have to do things, right? Because you own them, right? That's the kind of feeling that they're trying to give to you, that you own them, and you have laws and rules, and you have to obey. And they take away your freedom. So this is my mission, to change people mindset around this. Please become independent, become free. Right, okay, enough of that talk, preach. Let's have a look a little bit on the market, what is going on. Right, July, we got July now. So we are in July. So let me go to the 6-month chart. It's very important to point out for you. And remember what we said. Roughly, average, we get 4.5 as an average, 4.5 candles every cycle. So I am on the 6 month. Ignore the gangster vib. I can hide it for 1 second. No, I don't want to delete it. I just want to hide it. Thank you. So remember, after the engulfing candle, you need to count 4 candles. So that is the bottom of the market, right? It's marked here. Here it is. The bottom of the market, it's marked. This is the engulfing candle. So I'm not counting that one. So this is my number 1. This is my number 2. This is my number 3. And June, it's my, well, it's not June, but at the end of June is my number 4. So now we've completed 4 candles after the engulfing, and we're experiencing a new candle. Remember that I may give 2 to 3 months, right? Let me get the pen to write it. So 2 to 3 months extra. Okay, the time frame is too high. It doesn't let the pen to be smooth on the board. So 2 to 3 months from now to see if we are reaching the top. Okay. We got a strong wick from below. We know that we get pushed all the way up. We had, a move all the way down to 74, and we got pushed all the way up. But now, in July, the new candle, already 2 days now. Well, it's the first day, but let's say that the first 24 hours, we can see that the first 24 hours we're already going down. Okay, and you can see that the timer here says 6 months and 0 days because it's reset today. Okay, the 1st of July is this, we closed the first 6 months of 2025. We open in the second 6 months. So this is the first day, and already it's pointing towards down. It's negative. Obviously, it's not going to be, on one day. We've got another, we've got 6 months ahead of us. I'm not saying that we're already going downwards, but okay. Remember that average, we need roughly 4.5 candles for us to mark the top of the cycle. Okay, and that was the bottom of the previous cycle, 2017. That is the engulfing candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is 5 candles until the top. Okay, the one before that, it was 4. So one cycle we had 4 candles, 6 month candles. The next cycle, another cycle, we had 5. So if you divide that, 4 and 5, added and then divided by 2, you get the average of 4.5. So that's why I said roughly 4.5 candles, right? So we need to be a little bit cautious what's going to happen now. We almost, time-wise, we're almost on the top, okay? So I'll give another 2 or 3 months to get this half of the 6 month candle. Let me go down to 3 months. You can see what's going on here. Okay, look at that. 3 months, we got a push to the downside, a strong wick, another push, and then we got push to the downside, another push to the upside, and now we are kind of rejecting. Now, to be fair, this kind of pattern here is a continuation pattern. Okay, you have blue, which is bullish, a little bit bearish, like a correction, and then you have an engulfing candle. Technically, this is a bullish momentum play out. Okay, now the question is on the 3 month, how far the next 3 month candle will be. So going down to 3 months, I'm gonna wait and see. You can see here the time down, the countdown timer here is at 3 months, because today it's also the beginning, not only for the 6 months, it's the beginning of the 3 months. Okay, so you have monthly, quarter, and 6 months new beginning. So we're gonna monitor closely what's gonna happen the next 3 months. Okay, so that is a little bit heads up, okay, to the bigger time frames. Now going back to 12 hours. Okay, what do we see? right? What do we see? We see that we had a good spike out from the range, a second attempt trying to stay out of the range but did not go that far, okay, did not last it, and now we can see we have a rejection before we reach the range, the top of the range. Okay, so we have multiple rejections, okay, to the downside, another rejection here, another rejection here, and another rejection here. So on the 12 hours, what I'm going to monitor, okay, I want to monitor if I'm going to stay above the 50% of the range, which is 105.8. We are above 105.8, but we cannot see momentum. We do not have momentum the same as before, okay? It's kind of getting exhausted a little bit. So I'm going to monitor that area, okay, and I'm going to wait and see what is going to happen. Let me bring back my G levels. What was it? Was that one? Was it this one? No, that wasn't the one. I think it was the 2021. Here it is. The 2021. Status has a question. Director, will you redraw your G-Wagon fib on the 6-month candle, January to June, so now to use as the next 6 months levels to retrain? You can do. You can do. I have more stronger G level, okay, which is not based. Let me go to the monthly time frame. That it is not based on the 6-month candles. It is based on the last cycle to the downside, the next bear movement, right, which is in an impulse. So I took an impulse rather than the 6 months. But if you want to closer monitor the area, okay, you're more than welcome, right? Because I have this super extension that goes over and above. That's what I said, you know, I'm going to be very skeptical and be careful. If ever we're going to go close to 122, we need to deal with 109. But it is not a bad practice to go down. Let me bring this guy here. So let me take this guy on the very top, and then I'll take these guys here on the top, and let me these two guys being away, okay, and go to 6 months. There you have it. And now we can have a G level on the 6 months. Make sure you break it into 4s or 8s, it's up to you, right? Expand just a little bit, not too much. Go down to the weekly, all right? And this is your last 6 months or the first, let's say, semester of 2025, okay? And then you have your levels. Is that, you know, accurate? Of course it is, okay? Of course it is. I mean, you know, it's a little bit more focused to this local area. Of course it is valid, okay? You just remember that this is only the 6 months, which is your last impulse, so to say. This is the bottom of the correction, and the top, which is 111, almost 112, and you know, this is the bottom, swing low, 112 or 112 is your swing high, and now you are in this area. Of course, if you lose 102 and 5, you know that you're losing level, and then you're going to target 93, which is going to be your 50% of your G level, which is you're expecting that is going to be your you know, strong point of rejection, hopefully. But if you lose that, then it's going to go further down, right? So, you know, we need to be a little bit cautious. Of course, I just see a little bit of weakness. That's what I'm saying, guys. I just see a little bit of weakness that maybe we're heading towards the downside because we cannot print any longer. I mean, you can see here, even on the weekly, let me go to the daily. We can see kind of that we have a trend line. Okay, so this is my top trend line, and this is my next trend line. There it is. And I'm gonna make it, I don't know, maybe let me give it a little bit like a white color, maybe make it a bit thicker. There it is. Maybe gray. I don't want to be so strong. Let's give it a bit pink. Right, let's go give it pink. to give you an idea of kind of resistance, right? So we're in a downtrend. I marked on the daily this high, the second high here, okay, and you can see that we're getting rejected, okay. So we are getting squeezed in. It's not, theoretically it is not 100% horizontal, okay, because you can see that we have a curve, okay. So it's not a parallel channel, it's not a clear parallel channel, but you have these, or you can have these. You can see that we have a down slope, okay. It's not a parallel channel because it's closing down. Here's the question, what is going to happen, okay. Now if I want to be a little bit more, let's say, trying to get a decent trend line, I can use something like this, okay. And then I'm going to wait a little bit and see what's going to happen. Why? You had to move to the upside and you had the support before the spike up that gave you the top of the trend, okay. So that is the bottom of the trend. That impulse, let's come back, retouch that trend. So I'm going to keep that and say, okay, I got like good 4 points here, and these two kind of like a parallel channel. It's not not 100% parallel, but let's see how that goes, okay. So yeah, I mean, things are not looking very, very bullish, okay. Now on the daily, on the 12 hours, it's up to you. Just be a little bit cautious and see what's going to happen, okay. What is going to happen around the 50% of the range, okay. That is going to be a very, very good help for you to understand what's going to happen. You know, there's a good possibility that's going to try again, maybe, right? And maybe it's going to break. If you break that trend line, you know, try and see if you can grab a long entry. But every time you're approaching this level, I'll go short, okay. If you break this, then I'll go long, and maybe I'm going to target 112. And if he wants to go higher on 122, which is the next G level, or I can do an extension, why not? Bring the extension here, right? And then you have 116 and 121, your next extension levels, okay? Make it a bit thicker so we can see. There you have it, okay? And what I've done now, I took the 6 month and I broke it into 8s instead of 4s. Okay, so you have in between levels plus a 25% above and 25% below. I'm using the extension 1, okay. And already, you know, you can see, let me clear the Picasso drawings here. We can see that, you know, we're losing a G level as well, okay. 112, we never approach it, and now we lost 107. And we are just under it, okay. The question now is, what's going to happen? Are we going to stay above the 50% of the range? If it's going to stay above the 50% of the range, it's a little bit bullish, and that may give a little bit hope that maybe we're going to try once again, okay. But until now, this is what I see, and I have an obligation to my agents to give the heads up and say, guys, things are not looking so strong, despite that the gurus are out there, despite that the media, that because of Trump, and that he wants to, you know, make the America great again and the markets great again. And, you know, we know that he wants to do that, okay? But he has to destroy it first before he's going to make it great again. And this is what a lot of people don't talk about it. Good morning, all just happened to be while on shift. Oh dear, G-Rock. Good morning. Yeah, so yeah, we got the same message twice. It's okay. It's fine. It's good. Good morning, J-Rock. I hope you are towards the end of the shift and you go soon. You're going to go home and have a good rest. But yeah, we have to be a little bit cautious. If you're using the last 6 months, you're more than welcome to do so. Stelios, it's fine. And just rename it here and say a 6 month Fib, right? 2025. Name it for you to remember what that is. Okay. Of course, it is correct. It's a 6 month, and also it happens to be a good impulse, right? That support here, that base, all the way up there. Is it? Yep, that's the one down here, I believe. Correct me. The base, which is the end of the downtrend, which is your swing low, and push all the way up, that created in your swing high. Okay. So that swing low is supposed to be strong, and that swing high is supposed to be weak. However, okay, recently, the last data, okay, we've got all these highs getting lower and lower and lower. So yeah, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay, it's up to you. To me, I'm going to stick to the to my original plan. I have no need, so to say, to redraw my G level. Okay, I'm quite happy to maintain and monitor these levels. It's the same story again, over and over again. It's the same story. It is not about the G levels. It's about our decisions based on these G levels. That's all it is. Okay, so we see all these highs are getting lower and lower. Okay, and I have an area that I need to monitor, which is 105.8. Okay, are we going to stay above these, or are we going to lose it again? Okay, on your 6 month, you already lost a G level and it's looking weak. Okay, it's the same story. We get to the same conclusion that Bitcoin is not looking stronger. We have these spikes move to the upside, but overall we are in a downtrend. Okay, and we need to zoom out a little bit for people to understand this. Look at these lows. We've got this low and lower low and lower low. Look at this high, high, low, high, low, high. What is this? A downtrend. Okay, so far, taking everything into a thought that okay, we finalized the 6 months of 2025. I'll give a little bit slack of another 3 months just in case. Remember that 4.5 6 month candles, so I'll give another 3 months to see what's going to happen. So that's going to give me July, August and September. So after September, by October, I need to have a clear vision. Are we continue to the upside, or did we reach the top? Do we find a new all-time high and start heading to the downside? Okay, and that is based on history, what Bitcoin has done the past years since 2009 and 7. Okay, since then, monitor Bitcoin since 2009. You can see that this is the cycle. How far did it last? A lot of people were expecting that Bitcoin will go to 300, 500,000 in this term. It didn't happen. Okay, it didn't happen. So that's it about Bitcoin. Right, the open interest, you can see this is a smaller time frame. The 45 minute time frame, you can see that we had a spike to the upside on the open interest, and you can see that the price followed a second mountain of spiking up. You can see that the price went up, and then after that you see all the open interest is dropping. I expect, because it's the new beginning of the month, the new monthly contracts, the new monthly options, they're gonna start coming in. So I believe we're going to see a little bit of, the open interest rising the next few days, I believe. Okay, but let's see how far will it go. Let's see all these open interest if it's going to be strong enough to push the price up. Now, if you want to go to the daily, okay, just in case you want to have a look on the daily, right? Let me see if I can. No, it's automatic, so I cannot decrease anything here, just a little bit, but if I do that, then everything's going to be not aligned. So I have to make sure that it's been reset to auto feed the data here. That's it. All the 50. Okay, here we go. So this is the daily, right? And when that looks better. All good. Make sure that A is triggered. And we can see that the open interest since May, right? Since May of 2025 and 26 to be precise, we can see that the open interest slowly decreasing. Okay, and that's why we see that the prices are going down. This is on the high time frame. Go to the weekly, and you can see even on the weekly, which is super high time frame, you see that the open interest in general is on a downtrend. Okay, it's decreasing. Okay, there it is. It's decreasing. So we need to, I have marked the resistance here. I see a strong resistance here. We see no bodies above that resistance, and we just under it. So that's the open interest. This is the new range. I have to redraw these from the beginning because I have to draw the monthly, the weekly, the Monday, the 6 months, the 3 months, everything. I have to redraw everything apart from the monthly, the yearly, okay, which is based on the previous year. So the price action right now is under the 12-month high, okay, the previous year's high. So there it is. Now the price is, it touched the Monday low once again. Okay, this is the 45-minute time frame. I can do the 15. There it is. The price is under the Monday open, is under the daily open, under Tuesday open, and it just bounced a little bit from the Monday low. If I can grab my marker. So this is Monday low. This is Monday low. This is the Monday 1600 hours, 1815 my local time. Okay, so 16 on the Greenwich on London time. So that is the Monday low that happened. We touch once again Monday. We see that a small W formation. Maybe today we're going to see a little bit push to the upside. Let's hope that today that is going to break from the daily open and target maybe Monday 50%, and then we need to reassess. This is as a daily target, okay, like an intraday. It's up to you which format you want to use. It's up to you. This is the higher time frame chart. Kind of, we've seen it already. This is the weekly. Once again, we're under the 109. We cannot close or open above. Okay, let's bring the indicators. 7 days, still looking weak, still looking pointing to the downside. 15 days, still looking a little bit positive, right? But you can see that the gap is getting narrow and narrow and narrow. So it means the slow line is catching up. So we're losing momentum. Okay, so we can see that the gap is closing down. Okay, so if we're going to lose momentum completely and then turns around, okay, then you understand that you have a lower high. Okay, what's another sign of weakness? We're going to see 30 days still looking strong. Okay, and remember, we have the settings open on this one, which means it can reprint within the month. Okay, they don't wait for the time frame close, which means they don't wait for the 30 days to close, okay, or the 45 days. Now, interestingly enough, 45 days we have a close up, but it's not finalized. Okay, we've got a 45-day close up, giving you a little bit of bullish news. The same thing with the 60 days that the fast line is crossing up. Now that is temporarily bullish. If I enable the wait for the time frame to close, you can see that we're still heading to the downside. We just have a little bit of correction, okay, but it is not finalized the close up. Okay, the reason is we have these as a wait for time frame close disable, which reprints. It's more dynamically updating day by day. Okay, so we can see compared to the rest of them. That's why I have this setting open, for me to see what is happening here. We can see the sentiment of the market. Now, the indicator is trying to be a little bit bullish right now. The price isn't. Okay, maybe this is like, that's why I say, guys, be careful. Maybe we should wait a little bit. Maybe we're going to see a bounce from the 50% of the range. Maybe. Okay, maybe. So far, we got all these low highs. There is a possibility they may turn around and break it and go higher. There is a possibility. Okay, treat this line as resistance. Every time you approaching this line, you're going to get rejected. So this is your mark. This is your number one strong possibility of rejection. This is your number two, a very evenly strong rejection. It's going to come down. It doesn't mean that it's going to come all the way the same distance. Maybe it does. Maybe it go further. Maybe it's going to go a bit shorter. If it's going to go for the third time, then it's going to be like 50-50. There is a high possibility that it can break, right, for the third time, if it's going to approach the resistance for the third time. Okay, so that your rejection the third time is going to be less likely, 50-50. And if it's going for the fourth time, then it's going to be like 20% of strength, so to say, a possibility that you're going to have a strong rejection. There's a high possibility that you're going to break it. If not the third time, maybe the fourth time, you're going to break and continue to the upside. Okay, we just need to wait a little bit. Okay, could this be also a bull flag? It could be. Okay, it could be, but you don't know this until it gets broken. Okay, unfortunately. Textbook says when the price action it comes from below, it's doing a formation of a parallel channel like a flag, and then it's going to break and continue to the upside. Okay, but we have multiple times the market did not play the textbook example, and it came all the way down and it broke it and reversed, right? So this is why I always say, do not trying to give names before it happens. It doesn't matter the name. It matters for you to monitor the area. Make sure that you monitor this area. Make sure you monitor this area. Don't care about so much about the name. Care about the action. Are you breaking this? Is there opportunity for me to go long? I'll grab that long. If you don't break this, I'll take it short. If you break it and sustain, then I'll go long. It's very, very simple. Remember, 109. Okay, are we going to claim, find support, go long? It's exactly the same mentality, mindset. If you get in rejection, go short until the next level. You don't know how far will it go. This is your checkpoint. Did we break these or did we stop there? Did we break these or did we stop there? It's a checkpoint. Did we break these or did we stop there? Okay, a lot of people see these and these. You have in between checkpoints, like a waypoint on a chart. Okay, you have things to see before you reach your destination. That is going to make you act faster. Okay, take some profits. Take the pressure off from the system. So that is it for me now. Roughly, Ethereum is not looking very strong either, kind of following what Bitcoin is doing. So you see how strong we had the 2,500 as a strong reversing point. Every time we touched 2,000 went up, small deviation went up, nice rejection, another deviation went strong up, but this time we lost the 2,500 and now we're getting rejected. So ETH, we had a nice move to the upside. Look at how strong that ETH moved, right? We thought that we could finalize that downtrend. We start moving to the upside. We want to stay above 2,500. Now, here locally, we got some struggle. I hope that the market for the next 3 months, they're going to prove me wrong, okay? And let's hope that we're going to see another spike. That's why I give 3 months. But, as I said, ETH doesn't look very, very strong, okay? High, low, high, low, high. It puts a question into my head, and I'm like, okay, I need to be careful. Short-term trades, day trading, intraday are the best options right now, okay? And just go level by level, break down the G levels. Do you want to go with the last 6 months? It's fine. Do you want to go for impulse? Again, it's fine. Do you want to take it monthly? Again, fine. It's going to be too close to you, but again, more things for you to monitor as a checkpoint and focus on intraday day trading. Okay, and your claim levels, go long. Your losing levels, go short. Okay. According to this price action, I favor more the short-term shorts. Okay, so every time I hit a rejection, I go short. Okay, I'm going short from here to there, and then I need to monitor what's going to happen. Are we going to stay above 105.8 or we're going to lose 105.8? If not, then we're going down. Then I'm going to keep that short up to 102. Next assessment: are we holding or are we losing? Losing, go for 99. You've been there before, right? If you've been there before, there's a high likely possibility that it's going to continue. And then once you reach that G level, you can assess: are we continuing or are we reversing? Step by step, guys. Now that's it for me from ETH and Bitcoin. I don't want to delay anymore John, because John has to go to his business. He has things to do. So with no further delay, please all have a very warm welcome and applause to Mr. General John.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we have a lot to see in from now from July and after.
Okay.
We'll see how the market is going. It will go. Actually, you said about 2 months earlier, I think, that since July we'll see the market that is going down.
Yeah, a couple of months ago I said, I need to wait to close the 6 months, okay, which is going to be the end of June. And then from July, I expect, okay, slowly, that we're going to run out of steam, maybe one spike, right, to get the all-time highs. But from July onwards, towards the end of the year and going towards 2026, I believe that is going to be the end of the market and the beginning of the crash. And I'm not going to say it as a crash, as as a warning, and I'm not trying to create FAD, but based on the data that we have, roughly every cycle, that's how long it lasts. Okay, and that's why I just give another 3 months just in case I want to do a small run to the upside.
Just have to be more careful.
That's it.
Actually, we also trade in a downtrend, so it's not that problem to us. But
no,
exactly,
we trade either direction.
Yeah, we just have to be more cautious, more careful.
Yeah.
So about XRP now, what we saw XRP that was ranging. Went down, went to the 50% of our G level over here. Also the trend line that I have drawn over there. Went again inside that range. Still, second round of the ranging. We had a support below the lowest level of the range and also the trend line. We have second support on the trend line, and then we see that went directly and took that imbalance. Now you see why I mark always the imbalances, all the gaps, because I'm expecting the price to take those gaps, those imbalances. And what we see over here, went straight up, took all the imbalance, and then now is correcting. What do we say when a price take the imbalance or a liquidity pool? We will see a correction. We expect to see a correction. Right now, XRP is going down and is sitting above that range. I'm just waiting now what exactly XRP will do, because I want to see if that top of the range work as support and then go straight back up to take also that liquidity pool. That imbalance went off, and also that liquidity pool, or get back to that range and see how it will react to that trend line that I have marked over there. Actually, for now, I'm just waiting to see. Come on. I'm just waiting to see what exactly the price will do at that point, at this point that it is sitting right now. If we go on a daily time frame, there you go. That's why I'm marking all the ranges, the imbalances, the liquidity pools, and everything. Also, down here, we have what? Another liquidity pool. That's my price over here, 1.92. But for the moment, on the daily time frame, what do we see? That the price is going up in a smaller time frame, like the daily. Because if we go on the weekly, what we will see, that the price is going down. And over here, we see that it's like squeezing. If we take some, let me take the lines. When we see a price that is on a triangle, what do we see? That is squeezing. But now, as Thalys says, we have the new 6-month period since July right now, that the last actually 6 months of the year. We just have to see what exactly it will do. It will stay above and take that all-time high and then go down, make it a double top, or find a resistance over here and go lower and slowly to lose steam, as Thalys said before, and go even lower. We just have to wait to see. But if we trade on the 90-minute time frame, like we see over here, there you go. You just wait for your confirmations, draw your lines, draw your gangsta fibs, and then you wait to take that next movement. If we see over here, let me bring that even closer. Come on, a bit closer. There you go. Tell me if you see the prices over here. Can you see them clearly? Or you want me to make it bigger?
Can you guys see the prices 2.2? And I mean, you can make it a bit. You know what time? You know what type of what size is your text? Is that 16, 18?
18 is right now.
I think 18 is fine.
You can see them.
I do, but we'll see. You know, it depends what devices they're using. If it's a small device, maybe the numbers not going to be. But if it's on the computer full screen, I can see them.
Perfect. So I draw a second gangsta fib between those two levels of the bigger gangsta fib. What do we see? We have the 50% over here. What do we see? That the price was jumping on that level, like a ping pong ball, and then went straight up. I'm expecting what exactly we'll see if that 50% of the smaller gangsta fib on the 2.17 works as support, and then go to claim that liquidity pool that is sitting over there. For the moment, I'm just waiting and see what exactly we'll do. Now, I have also link. What do we see on link? That link is losing ground. It's going down. Over here, we see that went to inside that range that I have marked. I have way back my range over here. I keep my ranges to see where the price is correcting and it's going. What we saw over here that didn't go in this level over here because we have a liquidity pool. Didn't manage to take that liquidity over here. Found the support and in RG level on 10.95. Found the support and then turned around. But now what we see that on the 50% of RG level at 13.97 found a resistance. we have a small breakout over here, but didn't manage to stay above, went below, and was going for the second time, but didn't manage to break it. And now it's turning around. I'm on a daily time frame, and as you see, what we have here, an imbalance. Maybe over here we see something like go inside that imbalance, make as a support, create a new higher low, and then go to take that imbalance that is sitting above that 13.97. We have two imbalances over here, and what I'm expecting to see from Link, a support over here, and then go to reclaim that, break that 50% of the G level, and claim that that imbalance that is sitting over there, and then that 50% act as a support. Also, I'm waiting to see if Link show me that it's going to that imbalance, then I'm taking my long position on the daily time frame. It's a big time frame actually. I'm taking my long position until that imbalance over there. We'll see. About Tau, also is losing ground. Tau, if we see on a daily time frame, what do we see? It is on a downtrend also. Did manage to break that 50% at 459. Went once above, did manage to go even higher, second, and then support resistance, found a resistance over here, and then it's continuing going down. Now, I have marked my imbalance over here, but as I see it, it's going lower. Over here, did manage to break that previous high over here, found the resistance, and I'm expecting Tau going even lower. We have that G level over here at 310. As I see it, we will see maybe Tau go below that 310, make it as a resistance, and go for that imbalance that is sitting over here. And if we look to the left, we always says look to your left. We see that we have also here another imbalance. Over here, we have two imbalance over here. So I'm expecting for that move that how is moving right now, it's creating right now, to go even lower to take those two imbalances, and then let's see how it will react over here. But as we said previously, that right now we are in July second δεύτερο εξάμηνο, πώς το λέτε?
Semester.
Second semester, and we will see a downtrend actually to the whole market. And I think that's all. I also have hype. Sorry, I also have hype over here. What do we see from hype? 90 minutes time frame. We see that went to that imbalance over there. And what we see on the 50%, we have one resistance, second one did manage to take that imbalance and even go lower and lost that 39.96 that was on our G level. If I extend my trend line over here, there you go. If it loses that trend line over here, come on, I want the brush. If it loses that trend line over here, go lower, act as resistance, then we expect to go to the 50% at 36.13. That's the movement. If it keep that as support, then maybe we'll see a third try to go for hype to take that imbalance that's sitting over there.
Extend the G level that you have on the left.
This one. This one. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've broken the smaller one. Come on. There you go. This one. We have the 50% over here on the G level. That one, after the negative.
So you lost the 39.
So,
and you're all
lost
the way
the 39.
down to,
We have the 38.
That's the one.
We have the 38, and we'll see what exactly it will react at 38. I will see a support, or lose that 38 and go even lower at 36 that we have over here. I broke that bigger one to the smaller one. Let me show you. There you go. I have two levels over there, and I broke to the 50% over here to have more information. Hey, over here.
Zero.
Come on back. Come on back. So, for the moment, actually, I will send also those charts with what I see and the scenarios. As we speak right now, in the 9-minute time frame, we see that the next candle is blue. Let's see what exactly we'll do, and then we take our positions. I will send to the Discord all the charts with my lines and the scenarios with the price, so you can have it and see it to everyone. And I think that's all from me.
Right.
If anyone has any question, any coin, I don't know, we can chart it together.
Yeah, sure. This is the time for you guys to catch up.
But let me see on the weekly how hype is doing.
Have
on
a
the
look.
weekly, see that? Yeah, we have a.
You have a close
move to the
below the
upside.
39. Yeah, you have a close below the 39 and you have it opening under the 39.
We have a close to 39.
39.9.
Let me.
You have a close
Closer.
under 39.9
Yeah.
and you have a new opening under the 39.9 and heading down to 38.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we see some resistance. We see some resistance over here.
Yep.
We'll see. But hype, I think, make that all-time high for now, and maybe we'll see some turnaround. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we always trying to be positive, guys. But you know, we need to remember that we need to understand that we cannot ignore the charts. You know, zoom out a little bit, go to a little bit higher time frame, and see the bigger picture. Okay. Remember that I made another statement the other day, and I was like, "Is it worth it for us to invest time in altcoins?" Okay. And if that video was public, because these videos are not public, I probably get all the hate messages from X, YouTube, you name it. People will go bananas with me, right? But let me show you why I say this. Okay, just a little bit to give a thought why I say this. This is the chart of others, okay, which is technically all the altcoins. Let me give you a bit more space here. All the altcoins, okay, without the first top 10 tokens. So it's giving you a good representation of the altcoins. And since 2022, that chart, it just keep going to the downside. And everyone is expecting, you know, altcoins will run and overperform Bitcoin. This is all the alts compared to Bitcoin, right? And this is a little bit, you know, a slap into the face, because a lot of people rely on altcoins, okay? But overall, I know that Bitcoin, it doesn't give a lot of percentage as a move, okay? But it's overperforming the altcoins. Since 2022, Bitcoin is overperforming altcoins. You have spikes from the altcoins now and then, okay? But overall, Bitcoin overperforms altcoins. And it's giving you a good slap in the face, and you're like, wake up. Why are you dealing with altcoins? Because there is this hype in the media and all about these crypto gurus that, oh, Bitcoin is going to give you 2% when the altcoins will give you 20%. If Bitcoin is going to give you 5%, the altcoins will give you, 80%. Okay? It's very nice to come later after the event and measure the very bottom and the very top and measure it and say, hey, look at that. Look at that. You had an opportunity of 54%, 60% move. Well, no. In reality, that doesn't happen that way, because even that the turn, when the token is turning, the chart is turning, you have like key levels like support, resistance. So this is a dead space. You go up here, you have a disbelief, and you say, oh, right, rejection is coming down, and then it's bouncing. And you lose loads of movements, right? Because you're trying to understand and see if you're going to get reversal. And once you get, let's say, convinced that this is a possible reversal and you go long, then the market is turning around. So it's not all, it is not smart, or at least it is not the right thing for me to do and come back and say, oh, look at that, guys, you had a nice move from here to there, and that was a 60% move. Well done if you catch it. This is BS. Okay, this is BS. I know that it doesn't looks. If you have a Bitcoin chart here, and at the same time you have a Solana or AVAX, and you're trying to compare these two charts, you're going to see that AVAX will give you more stronger moves to the upside or to the downside, like moves, right? Okay, look at that. It's giving you an 84% move to the upside between the April 2025 all the way down to May 2025. So within a month, it gave you 84%, right? Bitcoin doesn't give you that much of a move in a month, okay? So that is March, it is May. How much Bitcoin gave you? Okay, it gave you 50%, okay? So a lot of people trying to compare this and says, it doesn't make sense. Altcoins run further than Bitcoin. But observing this chart, you understand that in the long term, the most safest asset, and that performs very well against the rest of the market, is Bitcoin. So it's just a reminder that sometimes, yes, the altcoins can't perform, but you don't get caught the full movement of the altcoins. And sometimes, when you get convinced that it's time for you to grab that altcoin, you just grab partially, unless you've been going in smartly, so to say, in accumulation zone, and you just throw $100 and say, hey, I'm going to leave these on a 2x, 3x, and let's see when the next time it's going to spike. And then maybe that 50% that AVAX gave you times 3, that's going to give you 150%. Yeah, but you have to be in the accumulation zone early before it moves for you to catch the move. If you have these scanners that every day you scan the scanners to see who's moving, who's popping up, you're going to get a partial. Not the very, bottom. You're not getting in at the very bottom, and you're not going to get out at the very top. So you're going to get a partial. So overall, just give you a little bit, food for your thought that maybe, is it Bitcoin a bit more stable, stronger asset? Slower, yes. You can have a little bit higher leverage, but, think about it. That's a food for your thoughts. Right, okay, very quickly, let's have a look. Let's have a look a little bit on the rest of the markets, like platinum, what platinum is doing. Okay, go to the 12 hours and give you a little bit understanding that platinum, it's on the move. Look at that, for how long it's doing accumulation. It spiked up, okay, and it went all the way up to that red zone. If it holds, good. If not, then there's a possibility that it's going to drop, okay. every strong spikes, you get good reversals. Platinum also, it is a little bit undervalued in general for the long term. Okay, just a heads up. Gold, look what's going on with gold. Okay, we are in the range between 3,241 and 3,460. You see that it came down here, strong abundant wick, and pushed to the upside. Gold is going up. July, remember? Bitcoin is going down, gold is going up. Okay. Silver, same thing. Silver found a support on $35. Okay. Let's have a look on oil. Crude oil. Crude oil is under 66. That gives us a little bit of stability. This is good. Right. It gives us a little bit of stability in the market. So we have no wars going on. No, let's say, escalations. So let's hope that we'll get de-escalated completely and things will go down to normal, and we would like to see oil going back even down to 55. Why not? Same thing with globally the market, the prices from oil 65, 66, 64, so average we are around 65. Heating oil down to 2.27. That dropped as well. It's good. Refined gasoline $2. It went down. Natural gas, let's have a look at a little bit natural gas. It was a little bit, remember that we spoke about this, that if I see spikes on natural gas, then something's going on with Russia. We did have some news with Russia. Now you can see that is coming down back to normal. $3.42. We're just under that, $3.39 to be precise. Let's have a little bit look on indexes. SPX, US economy trying to rise and be strong. ESE mini, you can see what's going on, the same numbers. SPY, so you see I've got multiple charts about the American economy. Let's have a look at a bit. Nasdaq top 100 companies inside Nasdaq. Right, Dow Jones, you see increasing. VTI increasing. YM1. Let's have a look at a bit of Europe. Europe is not looking that strong. Okay, yes, we did get a nice recovery, but overall we start breaking structure again. You see these support here. Let me get rid of these markings here. So this support here, okay, support now is acting on rejection. So Europe is not looking strong. Low highs, okay, just for you to keep in mind. What about Germany? Germany, it had a little bit better recovery. You had a high, by kind of losing that structure. Let's see if we're gonna hold this. You can use the G levels, okay. Always use the G levels. I can do that later, no problem. I'm gonna post some of these generic market overview apart from crypto, just to give you an idea what's going on around the global, not only the crypto traders, what are the index traders doing, commodity traders doing, forex traders doing. We're going to have a look overall view what is going on. Okay, Japan, you see that Japan had a good spike up, now is retracing. This is the 12-hour time frames. Okay, what about Hong Kong? Hong Kong, equal highs, and these two equal highs, okay, are lower than these highs. So let's see what's going to happen with this structure here. So this is your rejection point, support. If it's going to come down, you want to see Asia holding. You need to hold above 23,000, okay, 23,600 or 800 to be precise. If not, then market's coming down. Okay. Let's have a little bit on forex, so to say. Did see the value of dollar is dropping. Europe against dollar, you can see the euro is getting a bit stronger. Okay, well, kind of. When you see the price of euro going up against the dollar, it's not the euro that is getting stronger, it's the dollar that gets stronger. Think it that way, that a dollar is going to cost you more euros. Okay, when that chart is going upwards, okay, keep in mind that the euro, it's you need more euros to buy a dollar. Okay, so if that goes up, means the dollar against the euro is getting stronger. Okay, that's why you see the markets on SPY and SPX and ESS, you see that the market, the American economy is going up. Okay, and you can see that now euro is more expensive compared to a dollar. The same thing with British pound. You see that the British pound is getting more expensive for you to get a dollar. Okay, so if you have, let's put it the other way. Let's say you're going into for holidays, right? So what does it mean? It means that with $1 you get more pounds, British pounds. So now you're going to get 1 British pound and 37 for each dollar. All right. So when that chart is going higher, it's telling you that it's, the dollar is getting stronger, and if you're going for holidays, it's going to be to your benefit because you're going to get more pounds. Okay, so I gave you both directions how to see this. Okay, US dollar to Japan against the yen, and you see that the dollar is going lower, so yen is getting stronger compared to the dollar, right? Which means that for each yen you get less dollars. Okay, the same thing with the franc, the Swiss franc. You see that it's getting stronger. You see that the dollar is dropping, which means for you're gonna get less dollars for each franc. And kind of, well, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit stable. This is the Chinese currency compared to dollar. Okay, so dollar is going down. I mean, Chinese is getting a bit stronger, just a little bit. VIX, let's have a look a little bit on VIX. What is going on with VIX? I shared that chart with you guys. You should have it on Discord, on the Armory. Okay, so what do we have on the last 12 hours? We see that a little bit increasement in fear. It's not a big deal because inside the weekend we had, let's say, 16. We way under the 18, which is the green zone. Okay. The lower it is, the better it is. The higher that it goes, it means fear is kicking up a little bit, but it's not too bad. We're still in the green zone. Okay, so a little bit fear into the markets. Right, CPI. Let's go to the CPI to the monthly. Let's have a look what is going on here. A little bit increase on CPI. Okay. That one here is the 3 month. We're still in the red. Okay. And unemployment rate, let's go to the monthly. Let's have a look. Still static, 4.2. And funding rate, the fund rates still 4.33, still static for the time being. Let's see how that goes later on. A good indicator is the VIX, and see what's going on with VIX, even the smaller time frames. That's going to help you a little bit with 15-minute time frame, 45-minute time frame. You can see what's going on in the market lately as an intraday. Okay, that was a little bit spike to the up. Something happening into the market. It raised a little bit the fear from 16 to 17, but you are still in the green. Okay, we still have green color down here. It's all nice and good. Okay, blue is cool. All right, chill. It's even better. The further it goes down, the better for us, for the market. Okay, but it's very rarely that we're going to see prices going down to the blue. It's too chill, too cold. Okay, green is good. If it's rising, then there's fear in the market, so you probably see lots of down movements. Okay, if that is increasing. That's it as an overall, very quickly and quick summary around. Let's have a look a little bit in Solana. Let me go down to 12 hours. Let's investigate what's going on. Always zoom out, start with the 12 hours and see that. Okay, let me use a bit higher time frame. Let's see what's going on here. I'm missing the wicks here, so let me bring the wicks here. Here we go. Now, makes sense. I was wondering why that line was up there, that G level on its own with no bodies. The wick was there. Okay, so we got a wick. So that was the last impulse to the upside. So we had all-time high 295 for Solana. So we started from $8 all the way up to 295. What a move. When was that? Just before, way before the bull market, okay? Bitcoin started Christmas 22. Bitcoin was rising. Solana was $8. And look at that. It went all the way up to 295. Beautiful. Now, it's coming down. Okay, it's coming down. It's dropping. And we got these highs. We lost the 50. Deviate a little bit. Come back. And we're struggling to stay above the 50% of the range, which is 151. Okay, we're struggling with, once again on the daily, even the 12 hours, we under the 151. Okay, just pay attention. There's a lot of fight going on here. Look at how close these bodies are. Okay, so you understand that you have a big fight going on here. Lots of people trying to push up, lots of people trying to push down. Okay, look at that. Abundant wick, right? It's pushing to the down. Let's hope that, you know, if Bitcoin goes higher, guys, you know, we're going to see prices rising. Okay, this is about Solana, Sui, all to the down, right? You can see that all the altcoins pushing to the downside. You know, zoom out a little bit and have a look what's going on. Sui is struggle to stay above $2.91. Okay, treat that as a resistance, and if you don't get a different story, which means claiming and finding support, I'll short Sui. Okay, it's on the downtrend anyway. Okay, that's it. I don't want to go too deeply to other tokens, guys. I don't see you other guys requesting any tokens. It's looking good. Status is on his way to his night job. Okay, fine, no problem.
He's on your shift right now.
Yep. So J-Rock also, he's on the shift. So everyone is at work. Right, that's it, guys, ladies and gentlemen. More or less. All right, we've seen a lot of things on the high time frame. We see a little bit of weakness on Bitcoin. It's a new month. Remember, we may see a little bit, you know, a little bit rise a little bit, but overall, just be careful. Okay, this is the time now that we need to have our eyes open. Don't be super bullish, like that we're gonna see Bitcoin to 500,000. I don't think.
Don't listen to those gurus. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
there are plenty of influencers right now, because actually when you hear actually that Bitcoin will go to 1 million, where XRP is going to 10,000, Tau is going to be on 5,000, and etc. That's the time you have to be more cautious.
Yeah, when you have these very strong statements from the gurus that they come and go, right? They're not the people that hear every day, right? There are some very good traders out there that every day they are around. They don't disappear into the crash market, so to say. They're always there. So I will say to you, you know, you're gonna get a more humble opinion, and they're never gonna do these kind of statements. Okay, clickbaits. But yeah, when you hear very broad statements, then they're trying to influence the retailers to go in to create liquidity for others to exit. So be cautious, be careful. You know, don't listen to what they have to say. Come to the charts, and the charts will speak to you. Okay, don't take the word from anyone. That's it from me and John. Thank you very much once again for joining us and having this lovely market update.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Have a very great day. Every day is a good day, and we're going to catch you up later on Discord. We're going to post some few charts up there for you to have. And then we're going to see you tomorrow on the next market update. Until then, take care.